My office is filled with some of the most interesting Canadian artifacts you'll ever see. I'm gonna show you them right now. This is where the magic happens. Here's the kitchen room, as you can see. If you watch Legally Blonde, this is actually the room where they filmed one of the scenes. And Power Home Comfort is as Canadian as hockey and Tim Hortons. And we're also as Canadian as Drake, who's the guy who painted this painting. That's right, back when he was a Degrassi star, we had him commission a painting for us, as a little thank you for doing his grandmother's HVAC system in Forest Hill in Toronto. This right here is real marble. If you've ever visited Italy and Rome, you've probably noticed that the Colosseum is kind of a dump. That's because back in the day, it used to be made of marble, until the church raided it and destroyed it. Where did all that marble go? In Power Home Comfort's home office. This is real marble that was stripped from the Colosseum back in 69 AD following the raid of Vespasian II. You were impressed by that marble? Check this stuff out. This is real volcanic marble from Indonesia. You remember that volcanic eruption there a couple years ago? This is from that.
What about the sign? Is that platinum?
This is lab-grade titanium. It's one of 2 signs in the province of Ontario that uses this technology. It's durable, it's steady, and it's good enough for Drake's minivan, and it's good enough for our sign. This paint over here is painted Arctic White. Arctic White is a color that was designed and developed by Stephen Banting. If that name sounds familiar, he's the nephew of Sir Frederick Banting, who discovered insulin. So in our office, we have a direct connection to one of the greatest Canadians of all time. And that's not where it stops. So this staircase is actually an artifact. And this beam right here was cut from the same wood that was used to make Bobby Orr's hockey stick that he used to score the Stanley Cup winning goal for the Boston Bruins in 1970. This is a piece of hockey history right here.
Yo, what about the concrete ground on the floor here?
So that concrete ground right there actually used to be a rollerblading rink that was used in the summer when all the outdoor rinks for hockey were melted. And a little fellow whose name rhymes with Monner McCavid happened to train here on his way to NHL superstar. You see that forklift down there? We all know the scene in The Office where Michael uses that and tips those over. Well, this is actually used to film that equivalent scene in the CBC French-Canadian version of The Office, La Bureau. Pretty impressive if I say so myself. Now, these were actually hand-delivered to Elton John's property following the release of his 2019 biopic, Rocket Man. But Mr. John informed us that these were too nice for his property in King City where he resides with his husband, and instead he wanted to go with a lower-end model that was not as good. Now, we respected his wishes, but we do appreciate the immense compliment we got from the Rocket Man himself. Speaking of rockets, we all know and love Chris Hadfield, who was the first astronaut to record a song live from space. Did you know he was the first person to make a painting in space? Of every human being in Canadian history, of every human being in human history, Chris Hadfield was the first to make a painting in space. And this is it right here. You're owning a piece not just of Canadian history, but of galactic history.